This is Android Basics, in which we bring you up to date on the things that you should know to use your Android phone.
And now we move to the Android Basics section. And we have a double or triple bill this week. We have some hardware to talk about and some software to talk about. We'll start, though, with the most applicable announcement, which might be the release of Android 14. And you might remember a couple of months ago, we had a poll about when that would happen. And I think, Warren, am I not right? But the prize goes to Austin?
Yeah, it goes to Austin without a doubt. We all felt it, and it's Google's fault. Let's be clear on that. And
Yeah,
frankly,
I said it'll be in October.
yeah. So I owe Austin a bottle of beer, just to be fair.
To be fair, that is about the value of a Pixel phone, so I'm glad you did that. They are of equivalent worth, I think. Austin, it seemed the longest odds.
It was.
Yeah, there were so many betas, and I don't know what is the longest time ever.
And talking about, Android 14, frankly, there's nothing left that we haven't covered in all of the betas that we've talked about so far in the other episodes that we've had in the past. So if you want to know, just listen to any of those episodes that we've covered, because there's really nothing new that was introduced because of the final release that took place on Wednesday when all the hardware was unveiled and all of that. So it's so odd to see that this is what happened, but at least we now have it. And if you have a Pixel device that qualifies, you shall be able to get that, OTA, or just manually just go in there and tap on that, check for updates, and it should show up for you. If it's not showing up in the notification area, that you have a system update waiting for you.
So on my 6A, I got a 1 GB update, but on the 7A, which was in the QPR1 Beta, I got a 140 MB update. So I don't know what is that for.
So we're talking about QPR Beta 1. That's the quarterly platform release.
So we're transitioning then to the QPR, which we talked about QPR1 a little while ago. So it's interesting that the following day, which was Thursday, Google also rolled out QPR1 Beta 2. And that, was just in the heels of the final release. And so things kind of took a little bit of a roundabout ways, because usually we always had that final release first, and then we start the QPR. So I was thinking that I'm like, why in the world, Google, did you not just wait for the QPR and just roll it out on Thursday after you've rolled out the final release of, or public release of Android 14? The whole thing is kind of interesting. But talking about that QPR1 Beta 2, there's a little reorganization that Google has done, and I want to grab my phone and show that, because it's a little bit of a good feature that we should have had for the longest time. But I like what Google has done here. So what happens is that when you go to your system settings, for example, and you go tap on system languages and all of that, now we have a new item here that says software updates or something like that. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
7 of 11, date and time,
So you got
GMT 07.
date and time,
Backup.
backup.
7 of 11, software updates. Keep your Pixel up to date. 8 of 11.
So we got something called software updates. When you go in here, I'll show you what we
up
got.
To date. Navigate up button out of list. Your Pixel is up to date.
Okay.
Pixel updates up to date. 2 of 5 in list.
So
5 items.
It will tell you what is up to date and what is not. So in other words, things like your Play Store, things like your apps, and all of that, you can manage them directly from here, and also system updates. So we got
system update, updated to October 5th, 2023, 3 of 5.
And if I move down,
app updates, check for updates, 5 of 5.
So if you tap on that, it'll take you to all the apps that you have installed, and so you could just do your updates from there. And if there's anything that is not up to date, it has like a visual, like a little dash board that has, if it's looking with all green and dots of greens around it, you're up to date. If there's a little bit of a red somewhere, it will let you know. Like when I was checking it on mine, it says I got 2 pending updates or something like that. And it will tell you which one has those updates, whether it's the Play Store or is the system update itself. And I really like the implementation. I know Samsung has something like that is, software updates, but it's not quite the same. But I'm glad that we finally have something like this from where you could just manage all of those updates here instead of going around.
So does the app updates even include non-Google apps or only Google apps?
So we are here. Why don't we tap on the app updates and see? You know what I mean?
App updates. Check for updates.
There we
5
go.
of 5. Google Play System Update. Updated to August 1st, 2020.
Okay, so I'm going to tap
App
on.
updates. Check for update. Play Store. Manage apps and device. Manage apps and device.
So
Out of
it
list.
takes you to your apps where you could update
See details.
your apps.
Updates available. 13 updates pending and 1 install pending.
So there we are. I got a total of 13. I did my updates a little while earlier today, but on average, I get typically about 30 something updates, a day. So I get lots of apps. So that's what that is. But yeah, so you could manage those right from here. And like I said, I really like this addition to the system settings and making things easier.
I was expecting that you would have 40 or 50 app updates available.
Yeah, but I already did some updates earlier. These ones just came in
Yeah.
like within the last hour.
Do you want to explain, Warren, how that interfaces with Android 14? Is that for people on Android 14 and the beta, or is this an Android 13 thing?
This is only for Android 14 QPR, and each QPR program dies once the Android version has reached where the new one starts. So, for example, I think the last one for Android 13 died back in June, wasn't it, John? You remember?
Yeah, the public facing name is feature drop. So the Pixel feature drop. So the QPR1 will be December Pixel feature drop for Android 14, and then QPR2 will be March, and so on.
But what we're talking about now is the beta for the feature drop, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to be part of it, you don't have to. This is something that, like John says, takes place in December, but you can jump on it early, see what is coming to everyone in December. And that's what the beta is all about. And
Yeah.
one does not necessarily need to be part of it, but that's how it works.
And the people who are part of it. So if you signed up to the Android 14 beta, you are in that quarterly platform release beta, aren't you? You don't do anything different.
No, yeah. So if you you have to sign up for that QPR program if you want to be part of it. If all you want is Android 14, then you don't jump onto it. But if you like it, you do jump onto that beta. But if you just simply want to wait till it drops for everybody, then you wait till December.
But if you signed up to the Android 14 beta and developer previews, are you in the QPR beta, or do you have to sign up again?
Yes, Ed, the answer is yes.
Yes.
It's different this time because Android came so late. Basically, you didn't have a chance to opt out. So if you were in the 14 beta, then you're now in the QPR beta.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I wanted to check. Yeah. But
Yeah, and
as
I
Warren
think-
says, it's closed. But you can sign up for the QPR, the quarterly platform release betas, if you want to.
Yes, you can sign up
Yeah.
for it. And so you
Yeah.
see that when we had that other episode where we talked about it, we told people to opt out, by the 18th of, was that September? Austin? Yeah, I believe it was September. Yeah, we said, if you don't want to be automatically rolled into the QPR program, then you needed to opt out of it. And so, but if you were part of the Google Android 14 beta, then you automatically are rolled into it. But if you but if you opted out, then you have to go sign up for the QPR program. For me, I automatically got rolled into it because I saw no need to opt out of it. So my Pixel 7 Pro is perpetually on the betas, So, yeah.
Good.
You're listening to the Blind Android Users podcast.